UK grime music. It's comedic, it's poetic, it's aggressive, but it's unapologetically real. From legendary pirate radio stations to street corner freestyles, grime music was built out of the chaos and creativity. But did you know that those same old messy recordings are now being cleaned up by producers and made into studio quality tracks? Through the magical powers of technology that is audio spectrograms, neural networks and AI powered stem separation, we're about to dive deep into how this technology works. It's exciting, it's controversial, but it's creating a whole new era of music. Let's dive in. So what is stem separation? Well, let's stop and just rewind it back to the basics a little bit. When you create a track, you are building upon layers of music, or stems. Think vocals, bass line, synths, drums, etc. This creates a single output as an audio file. Stem separation is the reverse process, taking that fully mixed down track and breaking it back down into its original components. Think of it like unbaking a cake. You have to separate it back into butter, flour, sugar, milk and eggs, etc. This is quite a difficult process to achieve.
Sound impossible? Well, not anymore. Take tools like Moises AI, Spleeter or Izotope RX. They make it easy to take a mixed track and break it down into its individual components. For this example, let's use Moises with an old messy Skepta freestyle. Simply drag and drop your chosen audio into it, and after a few minutes you can go into the track and listen to the individual stems and download the bits you want to keep. All I'm after is the vocal, so I've taken that and I've thrown it into my production software and layered a nice little piano behind it. But you can make whatever track you desire.
I'll salute any man, salute any. How can you be a king when you roll through anywhere? Wiley, you don't roll through anywhere. I go anywhere, fam, I'm never scared. You said you rep E3, but you're never there. So let me murk this guy. It's all in your name, fam, I don't need to chat. I take away the W, I take away the fix up the other letters, all you do is just lie.
Here is where things get nerdy. Raw audio is a waveform, a graph of amplitude over time. But waveforms are hard for AIs to analyse directly, so instead they convert it into a spectrogram.
A spectrogram is basically a visual representation of sound. Imagine it like a heat map. The x-axis is time, the y-axis is frequency from low to high. The colour, or brightness, represents the intensity of each frequency at a specific moment. For the AI to extrapolate the right stems, it needs to know roughly where to find them, and it pulls this information from its training data. Different audio sources look differently. The AI then puts a mask over the mix and looks in certain areas for where it can pull stems from. Drums are bright vertical spikes for kicks and snares.
And then you see the kick drum here and here.
Vocals are stacked horizontal harmonics. The bass tends to be in thick low bands, stable with few harmonics, and things like pads, keys and guitars are sustained horizontal textures that evolve slowly. It isn't always perfect, and there can be artifacts in some separated stems where sounds bleed into one another.
Some AI can also combine several techniques at once, such as analysing waveform, spectrograms, and applying additional techniques such as denoise, declip, waveform refinement, phase mixing, dynamic EQ, de-reverb, and more. Leading the charge on this new era of grime music are producers like DB, Bex Blue, Ryder, Frank Medley, 808 Mystic, and many, many more. Many trace their origins back to 2020, when Knowledge remixed an 11-year-old Philly freestyle from Meek Mill into something that was definitely undeniable.
When your time gon' come and your eyes roll straight to the back, then you seeing all black. That Mac go ring and that 9 go clap. That's that murder music to rewind you back.
But not everyone's on board. Purists argue that a freestyle should stay raw. The hiss, the chaos, the mess is the moment. You clean it up and you clean out the soul. Then there's the legal fog. Who owns the rights to a flip from an old radio rip? The MC on the mic, the producer, the radio station, the uploader? If you're going to go commercial with the track, you're talking clearances, licenses, splits, or you face legal action and takedowns. But grime music was never about standing still. Evolution is baked in. What's happening now is just another mutation. Producers are lifting ferocious old messy freestyles and folding in funk, soul, jazz, lo-fi, or just whatever feels right. Turning them into fully formed records that feel brand new without erasing where they came from. And this isn't about the softening of grime, it's about reinterpreting it by blending in the rawness of the streets with the smoothness of an alternative. The energy is still there, it's just being expressed in a different way, one in which fans might not be used to. But quite ironically, this is actually creating breakthrough musicians, ones who probably wouldn't have seen the spotlight for quite some time if they had just created their own original tracks. It's also quite bizarrely repopularising the original tracks and the original freestyles themselves. It's almost as if fans can't get enough of hearing what their favourite artists would have sounded like in a different score. The question now is, where does grime go from here? Well, one thing's for certain, grime isn't standing still. It's evolving, and artificial intelligence is playing a big part in that. So, what do you think? Is this a new era of music, one where AI allows us to do as we please? Or will we now start to see a strong legal correction and a clampdown of the use of AI tools in music production? Whether you're here for the remixes or sticking with the originals, or you just want to observe what the hell happens with AI in the music industry, there's no denying this is an exciting time to be alive, and especially one within the music industry. Don't forget to drop your comments in the thoughts down below. Let's open up a discussion. I hope you've learned something today and enjoyed the video. I'll see you in the next one.